Hello guys, welcome to the final recap episode of the Versus 4 save. It has been an epic time since we started out it must have been 2 months ago now. We had 8 creators, but all the way back then we have whittled it down to 4 after one season, and we now, today, can tell you who has won Versus 4. Just 4 creators left. If you're not quite sure what the concept of this whole save was, basically the 8 creators were all managing the same club during parallel saves. So they were all managing Juventus. And basically they were all trying to get the most amount of league points that they possibly could. Cup points, European Cup points, they didn't matter. It was those league points that were key. So it was about balancing those things, bringing in the right sort of players, but everyone going up against each other with exactly the same resources right at the start, and just seeing how people kind of got on. Well, yeah, after season 1, we lost 4 creators who were knocked out of the 2 groups that we had at the start, and then we went to the final 4. Those were myself, Old Lady Plays, Avoiding Relegation, and Football Manager Maniac. And we had been going at it. We're not really dropping many points all the way through this season. It's been quite spectacular. I have to hold my hands up. I'm the only person to have lost any games up until the last episode, so that was not great. It was just the one game, mind, but you know, it's still a little bit embarrassing. Yeah. But yeah, let's have a look what the late at the league looked like at that point. Yeah, as you can see, after 30 games, Football Manager Maniac was leading. Just a single draw out of the 30 games. Mad, isn't it? 88 points. Old Lady Plays, with just 8 games remaining, 4 points behind. That's not terrible. 3 draws and no losses. I was in third, even with that loss, just behind Old Lady Plays by a point, 83 points, and Avoiding Relegation just behind all of us on 82 points. But he had created a super tactic and he was coming in hot. So it was 8 games remaining, and we're going to sum up what has happened in those 8 games. And then at the end of this, we will see who is the victor. As always, we will have the highlights from the final game that the creators put up on their channel. And we'll look through the results that they had. And we'll also have a chat with the creators right at the end of the episode to see how they thought they got on. And maybe a little bit of a sneak preview for Versus 5 as well. It's all going to go on. But of course, first of all, we need to talk about the comments, because there's been one thing that has been on people's minds. So let's get over to those comments. Yeah, what is it that's been on people's minds? I think probably more so than the series itself and trying to figure out who might have won this thing. It's actually who United City FM is, who he thinks is going to win the series, and he's finally told us. He's finally told us in, I have to say, many words, and I will put those up on the screen for you to read. We'll pick out some highlights here, because you know, it's well worth picking these out, because I mean, we've been waiting for this for a long time. Let's see if you can guess who it is. This person had a fantastic season 1. Avoiding Relegation, maybe? I don't know. Came out with an enhanced reputation. Yeah, Avoiding Relegation, maybe. Yeah. They played a big part in the second season, providing much entertainment to all the viewers. That's got to be me, hasn't it? Yeah. Clincher is that person has been sitting at home each week through the season with no pressure to produce results and figuring out the prima donnas in the Juventus squad, which is, you know, I guess that's nice. The winner of the Versus series is the United City FM? Really? Oh, dear. Cheek of the man. Oh, I've enjoyed the build up to this. Let down by the finish, but enjoyed the build up. Oh, superb stuff. Absolutely superb stuff from the great man Kev. Actually, if you guys are just watching this today, I think probably it's all come out, but our good friend United City FM is in the Creators Championship, which I think is over this weekend. which is an 8-man knockout tournament. It's done with, I think it was done because I've watched part of the first episode. It's done with sort of drafting, but it's all the second divisions from the top 5 clubs. 8 content creators involved, and it's kind of a knockout tournament to see who's going to win. But well worth a look. Another bunch of smaller creators. So if you are interested, if you enjoyed this, I would highly encourage you to go over and check that out as well. I'll leave a link in the description below, so you know where you're going with that, and we'll be supporting Kev all the way. Right then, now the main event's over. I mean, the rest of it's just going to be dull, isn't it? Let's start with I asked the question, who's going to win? And let's start with Football Manager Maniac, because he's out in front, isn't he? He's reckoning OLP. I mean, he's not saying that in his videos. He's still thinking himself, but she's a wily bugger, isn't she? She just never goes away. She's entirely capable of winning this whole thing. Yeah, she never looked in trouble during season 1. I mean, they had a fairly easy group, to be honest. Bobby G and TTFM decided to go on holiday early from that group. So, yeah, they got through with minimum. She's been impressive in this season, really has been very, very impressive, and very little mistakes made. Few draws, but very few mistakes. You feel maybe a drop point or two from Football Manager Maniac. Just a draw, it could be enough to make him crumble. So we will see what happens. Old lady plays. She's repaying the favour the other way. She reckons Football Manager Maniac is going to win it. Doesn't see him dropping 4 points. I have to say, I'm struggling to see that. He's dropped 2 points in the first 30 games. Is he really going to drop 4 points in the last 8? Yeah. Maybe he'll get another draw, I think. But we will see. We will see. He's just so impressive. And what's impressed me, first season, it was not that great. He was okay. He won the group, but actually, I think he would have come. Would he have beaten me? I think he might have beaten me. Yes, but it was close. He wasn't way ahead of anyone else. Avoiding relegation was the top point scorer. But this time, yeah, he's just got it right. Gary Turpey, he's going for avoiding relegation, which is interesting. I mean, I just worry he's too far behind. I think 6 points now. 6 points is a long way back, and he's absolutely smashing it with his new tactic. But that first half of the season, first quarter of the season, just destroyed him, really. You can't drop that many points that early on. It's just certainly not at this stage. Maybe last season you could have got away with it, but not this season. And FM Digi, as always, is been supporting the series, and we thank him for that. As with Gary Turpey, he reckons Football Manager Maniac's got it as well, and yeah, it would take something special to lose it. I completely agree. So a couple of votes for Football Manager Maniac, one for AR, one for OLP, and one for the United City FM, which is interesting. Not one for me. There's votes for people who aren't even in it. Right then, guys. Well, awesome stuff. I think we have to, don't we? We have to go and check what's happened. We're going to start with avoiding relegation. He's in fourth, or was in fourth after 30 games. It's gone quite well, hasn't it? He has just been awesome. Second half of the season, not a point dropped, I don't think. And that's pretty damn good. Away win against Milan 2-0. Although, looking at that, 80th minute goal, 90th minute goal. So yes, he was struggling right up until the end there. But some absolutely, I mean, the games he's had aren't particularly hard, but he's gone through the hard games and he's won them all. So you know, who cares? It's really, really impressive from avoiding relegation. It's just, in fact, impressive for probably 80-90% of the tournament has been absolutely top draw, and unfortunately the 10% he wasn't so good. It was average and just not good, and I think that's what's done him. He could have won this. He could have won this easily, but he's not getting his. He won't be getting his crown back. I don't think, even with that. I was next. I was next in the table. So let's have a look where I am. Yeah, you can see out of the Champions League to Manchester United. generally winning everything apart from an away game against Roma, last difficult game of the season. We followed the loss against Manchester United, knocked out the Champions League with the game against Roma, and we just didn't turn up. We didn't turn up, or not quickly enough, and we were 1-0 down. And I have to say, we deserved to lose that one. So that means I am going to be starting this episode behind avoiding relegation, which is a little bit disappointing, isn't it? I was hoping to get third. It's going to be a challenge to get third, but we will see whether I can do that. But maybe Old Lady Plays has dropped some points, and maybe there's still hope for third place. Here's Old Lady Plays' results. Awful lot of green there. Awful lot of green. She didn't show this in her video, so here you go. New stuff here, but you look at that. 1-0 away win against Lazio, 1-0 home win against Inter Milan. Did what she needed to do, and that is what she's done all the way through. So she moves a few more points ahead of me, another 3 points ahead of me. So can't catch her now. That's a disappointment. It's been impressive from OLP and AR, not so impressive from me, unfortunately. Shall we see how Football Manager Maniac's got on? Has he managed to keep things up, or has he screwed it up right at the last hurdle? Whilst you can see a red donut, it's in a different competition. He got knocked out of the Champions League. I think that was against Liverpool. 4-4 home game, bizarre. But in the league, he has blitzed it. He's won every single game in the last 7 games. We'll see what the last game is, but I think those are guys who have done the maths will realise he still remains 4 points ahead of Old Lady Plays. So this means he's got a game left and he's 1 versus 4. Yeah, which is a little bit of an anticlimax, but we will pretend it hasn't happened. And there is still a battle for the second, third, and fourth. So we'll see what can happen there. But that is how things have gone. So let's have a little look what that does to the table. Here she blows. Football Manager Maniac. He is top with 109 points. 36 wins, 1 draw, 94 goal difference, 109 points. Old Lady Plays can't catch him, 4 points behind on 105 points. Still an awesome season from her. 35 wins, 3 draws, 72 goal difference, not quite that good. Avoiding relegation, 33 wins and 4 draws. Still, those all came early on in the season. 99 goal difference and 103 points gained. So a couple of more points behind Old Lady Plays. He could catch her. As you see, I can't. The only person I can catch is avoiding relegation if it all goes wrong right at the end. 33 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. 82 goal difference. I've certainly done well with the goal difference since last episode. But we know who's won it. Let's see if Football Manager Maniac can get over 110 points. And let's see if avoiding relegation can get over 100 in his goal difference. All things to watch out for. So let's go and check out what games we'll be playing for Game Day 38. These are the games that we've got. Avoiding relegation, he is away from home. It's against Crotone. I'm not expecting huge amounts there, but it is away from home, so you never know. Football Manager Maniac, well, his victory parade, he doesn't know it at the time, but his victory parade is against Napoli. Suitably large team to strut his stuff against and pick up another 3 points, you'd guess. I'm trying to battle back against avoiding relegation against Hellas Verona, home against them. Should be fairly straightforward, and Old Lady Plays at home against Benevento. You'd expect her to win that. So yeah, it's a fairly straightforward bunch of games right at the end. Hardest team is Napoli, but it doesn't really matter because even if Football Manager Maniac loses that, he will still have won the versus 4 series. But he wants to go on an unbeaten streak in this season. Old Lady Plays hasn't lost a single game all season. And I don't think avoiding relegation has either. So that'll be something for them to keep up. Let's go and see those highlights then, shall we? Okay, guys, well, you know the truth now. You know what has happened. So, let's go through those results. Not a single goal conceded for any of us, which is pretty good. Lots and lots of goals scored. Avoiding relegations, Juventus beat Crotone 3-0. No idea why there's that little thing at the end of Crotone, but it's an added flair. It's flair. That's what it is. Nothing to do with me accidentally putting it in and being too lazy to take it out. Football Manager Maniac 3-0 win against Napoli. That is a fantastic way to win yourself versus 4. Unbeaten, as is avoiding relegation this season. As you can see, Old Lady plays a 4-0 win against Benevento. She is unbeaten for the whole series. Avoiding relegation, unbeaten for the whole series. He's over that 100 goal difference as well. And 3-0 for me as well against Hellas Verona. On one nice little statistic, we'll talk about that when we get to the table from my point of view. Let's move over to the table. Let's look at the table here. So this is the final standings. So Football Manager Maniac, 38 games played, 37 wins and 1 draw, 97 goal difference. Didn't quite get up to 100 with the goal difference. He was a bit pissed off with that, to be fair. But 112 points isn't that bad, really, is it? We can live with that. I'd be happy with that, I reckon. Old Lady plays just 4 points behind, 35 games won, 3 draws, 76 goal difference. She did what she needed to do, coming in second out the 8 creators. Not a bad result for her at all. Avoiding relegation, well, he's in third. Late break for third place in this last episode. 34 wins, 4 draws, and he's hit that plus 100 goal difference. 102 goals, 106 points. And myself, coming in fourth out of the 4 creators in this final bit. 34 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. The only losses of any of the creators, which is a little disappointing. 85 goal difference, but my little bit of a milestone, I did manage to get 104 goals scored and 104 points, which is a nice bit of symmetry. So I got over 100 points, which was pretty damn nice, and didn't manage to get anywhere higher than 4th. That is the standard that these guys were at. I can hold my hands up and say I did my best, really. It just was not enough. So congratulations, Football Manager Maniac, who have been utterly brilliant this time round. Let's just have a little look. I've put together also something which you guys might be interested in, a combination table. So the 2 seasons combined, which is interesting. Shows how well avoiding relegation did in his first season. So this is over 76 games, 69 wins for avoiding relegation, 7 draws, no losses, 191 goal difference, and 214 points. Bloody hell. Football Manager Maniac, he actually only got 213 points overall, but it doesn't matter, does it? He got the points where it mattered, 175 goal difference. He did get that loss, so he was the other creator who got to the final who did lose a game overall. 6 draws and 69 wins. Myself, too many losses basically did it. 68 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses. So I was in third on this table, so I prefer this table. 209 points, just 4 points behind Football Manager Maniac, 155 goal difference, and that's not bad. Old Lady plays, not a loss at all. 66 wins, 10 draws, 141 goal difference, 208 points. Take that, won't you? Take that. All right, guys, let's go and meet. Let's go and meet the winner. Let's talk to the competitors, see what they felt about all that. Right, and we'll start with our previous champion versus 3 champion avoiding relegation. So you had the highest points tally, AR, in season 1. Poor start in season 2 let you down. What went wrong?
Well, hello, Mr. Prophet. What went wrong, you say? Well, I've had 2 of the best seasons in Football Manager I've had in my entire life. I think, the second season, the season that's gone wrong, I drew 4 games and won everything else in the league. It's shocking to be able to play that well and consider it to be, what went wrong. I wouldn't actually say anything went wrong, per se. One thing that maybe would have made all of the difference would have been, doing something decent with the transfers. Out of all the players I signed and loaned in, Donnarumma's the only decent one. Aubameyang, though he's credited as being top scorer in Champions Cup, which obviously doesn't count for the league, didn't do very well. Martial barely got a kick at a ball, and you know what I mean? So I wasted my time a little bit there, and obviously I didn't fill certain holes in, or perceived holes, shall we say, in the tactic I had coming in to start the second season. So we had a bit of a struggle to really get firing on all cylinders, but once I put the tweaks in, it was all fine. But just goes to show, just drawing 4 games in the first sort of quarter of the season, that was it. That was lights out. I pretty much stayed bottom for the rest of the year. So yeah, what went wrong is everybody else did better than me.
Yeah. Well, moving on to Old Lady Plays. Just about squeezed through in season 1, but a very solid second place in the final standings of the final season. Are you happy with second, or do you reckon you could have won it in the end?
So, am I happy with second? Well, yes, I am happy with second. I think it's a good result, but I certainly was hoping that I'd be able to win it. Knowing that I was within 3 goals of winning it, that if I managed to get a goal each in those 3 draws that I had, I'd have won the league. I'd have won the versus competition, but it wasn't to work out that way. And Moses did an incredible job, and so all I can do is congratulate him and look forward to versus 5, where hopefully I will be able to, take the title.
Right, well, the victor, Football Manager Maniac, congratulations, my friend. Absolutely unbelievable performance in the second season. Just outstanding. One game drawn, and that was the only points dropped. Utterly amazing. What was the secret to your success?
There ain't really much secrets, I must say, to the success. I think we just continued exactly what we did in season 1. I think the big changes is that we had everybody scoring and contributing, whether it was assisting or scoring. So yeah, we didn't just rely on Cristiano Ronaldo, which obviously, as you would have known, was the top goal scorer, but we had wingers scoring over 15 goals. We had, again, De Ligt scoring over 11 goals in defence. So I think it's an all-round performance. I think everybody stepped up, everyone done their job, everyone defended as a team, for sure, everyone attacked as a team. So I think the secret is just the fact that we were a team. And I think that's what you can see, that all around my squad, if you looked at the last episode, you would see that assists and goals were spreaded not only from midfielders and attackers, but also from the strikers as well and defenders. We did change to our back 5 as well at times when we did play against the bigger sides. I think that's helped us a lot. We didn't really worry too much about the Champions League. So I think that probably helped us as well, resting players. And again, I think what I've done again from that was better than the first season is that I then looked at what we needed, and I've actually improved the squad in what we needed. 3 key positions, I believe. Another left back which we needed. Again, Alex Telles came in there, done a wonderful job for us again when Sandro is out. Ederson, again, a goalkeeper who can not only defend but also can be a part of the attack. And last but not least, I think Bruno Fernandes was a brilliant signing for us in that midfield. Again, cover for the number 10 if we don't want to play Dybala, and again in midfield if Pjanic gets injured, which we know he does. So again, I just think it's a collective that we played as a team, and everybody chipped in, again, all across the pitch, whether it was defending or attacking. And I would basically say that is the secret to my success.
Okay, well, it just remains for me to present the trophy now. So I'm going to have to ask versus 3 winner, avoiding relegation, to present it to Football Manager Maniac.
Well, Mr. Football Manager Maniac, you have been absolutely tremendous throughout the competition, especially this year in the second season where you've managed to remain unbeaten and, of course, only drawing the 1 game overall. Very good, very good. So, what I should be doing now is handing you the silverware and Parsons trophy on, but yeah, you're not having it. Sorry, it's mine. Yeah, you're not having it. All right, okay, fine, I'll do it. Here you go.
Oh, all I want to say is thank you very much, Custard Prophet, for adding me into this tournament. And I am the Versus 4 2020 champion. Come on, yes, come on.
Right, and guys, well, that is pretty much it. I want to thank a few people just before we kick on out. I want to say a massive thank you to the other 7 creators who were involved in this. 7 finer people you cannot ask to be involved. They have been absolutely brilliant. Massive congratulations to Football Manager Maniac. Big thank you to Avoiding Relegation for being involved in Versus 3 and Versus 4 and doing so well with them. Old Lady Plays, thank you so much for all your help and support and your awesome performances in that group. Yeah, so that's. But I also want to say a thank you to the other 4 creators who did a brilliant job as well. Bobby G, we can't have a more entertaining first episode. That was just utterly bonkers, that premiere. I mean, if you haven't seen that, that is worth going back and just watching Bobby G's first video. It's just bonkers. And it didn't get less bonkers after that. So yeah, thank you, Bobby, for getting involved. Hugely appreciate that. Yeah, massive creator and always got time for other people. So massive thank you, Bobby G. Yeah, Chasing Lamely, thank you so much, mate. Did incredibly well at the start of season 1. Looks like he was going to power his way all the way through, and he just kind of fell apart for him at the end. But really good to have him involved in the Versus 4 save. Obviously, we have that the United City FM who been brilliant, sort of advertising the series and tweeting about it, and got cheated out of everything, and has been entertaining us all in the recap episodes as well, even though he wasn't in it. And obviously, massive thank you to That Trucking Football Manager who has been doing this with me since the second Versus series. I won't tell you how that went, but yeah, he's top guy. Always happy to be involved. Always happy to do his bit and everything for this series. So yeah, thank you to all of you guys for your hard work and support in making this, I think, the best Versus series yet. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Right then, so last thing to talk about. It's going to be a longer episode, and apologies for that. Versus 5. So Versus 5 will be happening. Don't expect it anytime soon. We originally had planned it for this gap now, sort of between when this Versus 4 finished and when the new game started, but the gap is probably not big enough to fit it in properly, so it's going to be pushed back to the start of the new year. There's going to be a lot of your favourite creators coming back. We've got some new creators coming in, some absolute cracking new creators. Most of these people, I think everyone has confirmed. Obviously, it might have to confirm again closer to the time, but the lineup is stellar. It's looking superb. And the challenge is it's still with the sort of the ethos of the Versus save, still that same ethos, the core of it, of players managing the same club. But the idea that we've had, and I've got to credit Old Lady Plays for this, it was her idea, but it is awesome. It is an awesome idea. I don't think it's ever been done on YouTube in this way. So look out for it. Look out for it and expect to see it in the new year. Right, and guys, I'm going to say one last thank you. Thank you to all of you guys who have been watching and commenting on these series. Please leave more comments. Let us know what you think should be in future Versus series. Everyone seems to enjoy it. Everyone gets involved, has a laugh, and we love that. Particularly enjoyed the FM Digi getting involved, actually doing it alongside us. That was a lot of fun, and it was good to kind of have him like on a table in the final recap of season 1. That was cool. But I think it just remains to me to say, if you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new to the channel. I would always appreciate that, so you're there for the next Versus series when it drops next year. Make sure you subscribe to all of the 8 creators who have been involved in the Versus series, and give United City FM some support in the Creators Championship that's going on at the minute. And that'll do. Thank you very much. I'll see you for Versus 5. Goodbye.